Here's my standard skylight that's going to be replaced with the AC unit from OutEquipPro. This is a standard 14 by 14 opening, so it should fit.
Here's the box the AC unit was packed in. Opening it, it is packaged very well. The parts are stacked in there nicely and easy to get to. The manual was right on top of the box once I opened it. I'm going to be removing this top cover so I can reroute this power wire through the case to this external port.
Got the shell off. I have the power wires here. I'm going to run it through this channel here to this exterior outlet. Okay, I went ahead and disconnected the fuse box so you can pull the wiring through the frame.
Using some of the provided zip ties, I ran the wiring across the top.
After removing the inside cover, you can see that it is reinforced all wood. That's good to know. It can handle the weight of this AC unit. It doesn't look like I need to space it out with any filler foam for air gaps, so we're going to move to the outside and start taking off the exterior sealant to remove that skylight.
You can see the existing skylight and sealant. I did put Dicor on this about last November, so it is not too old. You just got to peel at it slowly.
Got the skylight out. Need to remove the rest of the butyl tape. Got the skylight removed. The gasket is removed. Next, I'll go up and fit the new foam gasket. Okay, I got the surface prepped. I'm going to go with the option A with the high density foam that is for a 14 by 14 hole. I also put sealant underneath the skin here with Dicor from the bottom to seal up the old holes. Okay, I got the high density foam laid down and also put the interior and exterior sealant around the edges. Okay, I got the AC installed. I'm just now going to take measurements off the front lip, right here, 2.36 to 3.15, and just make sure it's squared and within the recommended measurement.
I just went about over 3 inches, inch and a 1/16 to the actual plastic framing. This actually turned out pretty good because the steel frame that secures the AC unit to the roof was pretty much lined up with this bracket. I'm showing you here that the roof itself interferes with the bolts, so I just marked that square frame out on my roof and cut it out with the oscillating tool or blade.
All right, so after test fitting the faceplate and controls, these bolts are still too long after compressing the gasket, so I am going to cut it with the angle grinder. All right, I got the bolts trimmed up. I have tried to put in the controls and faceplate. I ran into an issue where the cover screws are bottoming out, or at least the cover has standoffs interfering here, so I'm going to cut this about as flush as here to the plate. Should give me enough room. All right, next I'm going to drill the hole for the wiring harness to come through. I went with a 1.1/8" drill bit, should be plenty. And I do have a pilot hole from last time, and I'll start drilling through there. And there's the hole. My pilot hole was a little too high, so I'm going to do about a 1/2 inch down. Here is the refrigerator rooftop vent. I'm going to take the cover off so I can run the wires through for the AC unit. All right, I got the wires ran through. 1.25 inches is a great size. And next I'm going to put the main fuse block back on and connect it to my battery posts. All right, and there are the terminals connected. The wires are tucked up on the side there currently. I will redo this in the next video. I'm going to be converting to a LiPo battery for a longer runtime. Here's the AC unit. It's actually running. I believe it idled down, but you can hardly notice it. And just tucked up the wires along the side there with the provided clips and zip ties. The rest of the harness is under the RV fridge vent. Currently editing this video, I just wanted to go over some more of the remote controls and controlling the AC unit itself. Here we have the power on. I'll get the unit running. This is a IR frequency remote, so it does need to be in line of sight of the sensor there next to the screen. There you can hear it starting to boot up. Then you have your modes, right below the on-off button there. Different fan types. We are going to go to temperature next. You can lower the temperature. We were on eco mode there, about 78. This has been running for the last 2 hours, and we have 105 outside, 85 inside, so a 20-degree difference. Feels nice underneath the air vents currently. The temperature output here is Celsius or Fahrenheit. You need to hold the turbo and swing button at the same time. Let's see if we can do that. There goes the Celsius. Gonna go back Fahrenheit. Then we have the lights, LEDs. You can do your voltage output, how much you're consuming. So 12.9 currently we're sitting at. You can turn off the screen, cycling through LED. Also gives you intake air, outtake air, temperatures, and then screen off, so nighttime, it's not bothering you. There is eco mode. There is turbo. We didn't even step that up yet. So I have been sitting in eco mode for the last 2 hours comfortably. I haven't been needing the draw turbo mode.
I did do a decibel test with it on turbo mode, and I was getting about 74 decibels at the highest.
Alright, that's full turbo mode. We'll kick it down to eco. I will switch to the app and do a screen record. That way you guys can see it live time. Okay, on eco mode, it is showing on average 20 amps of current, wattage at 270 on average, and this is showing about 12 hours, 11 hours runtime, and that just comes down to if you have solar to offset the power consumption or not during the day. Let's go to turbo mode and see what the difference is. This does have a soft start, so I'm guessing even when the fans ramp up as well, it's a soft transition. It's not a hard transition. You can start to hear the fans now really blowing. Just want to mention the cooling performance of the 10,000 BTU unit. It also boasts a variable speed DC compressor, which, like conventional old style, was piston driven. This new style, it's much quieter and smoother. That leads into the ultra quiet operation of the soft start technology. Low noise, like you can't even hear it from the exterior. The fans on the inside blow louder than the outside fans do. Even when you try to go to sleep at night, it gets down to 40 decibels in the sleep mode. I used it last night and it's very comfortable. You know, I could fall asleep to it. You can put it on a timer, you know, go sleep and have it shut off an hour or two after you've fallen asleep. It's very energy efficient, meaning you don't need to have shore power hooked up. This is a direct 12 volt DC power system. With a power inverter, you would be losing amp hours or watts, you know, in the conversion to run a traditional AC unit. So with this being direct 12 volt DC, there is no loss of energy at that transition. I did get this so I can travel more during the hot weathers. I did coastal travel before, and now I want to go inland, see the central United States, and with this AC unit I feel comfortable doing that. This is like, you know, a hot box. At the end of the day, it's still stagnant and hot if you don't have a way to evacuate all the air or cool it down. So this AC unit does use the air inside your cabin to cool itself. With it also being 12 volt DC, I don't have to run a noisy generator or have a power hookup, you know, at a campsite or something. I can go boondock out in the woods. And as long as I have a battery bank to power this unit, it'll go as long as you want. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for checking it out. If you would like, comment, subscribe, share with people you think would be interested in this content, and I'll catch you in the next one.